In a world overflowing with plastic packaging, drugstore aisles, and taboos whispered behind closed doors, there exists a silent sisterhood, women who bleed in secret, in silence, and in absolute self-reliance. Imagine living your entire life without ever buying a pad, tampon, or talking openly about your cycle. No brands. No instructions. No help from the outside world. Just a tradition passed from mother to daughter like an ancient spell, hidden deep within rural fields and candlelit homes. This is the world of Amish women, where menstruation is not just managed differently, but mastered with a discipline and grace that would leave the modern world speechless. What you're about to uncover is one of the last unspoken rituals of womanhood, fiercely private, radically sustainable, and shockingly advanced in ways we never imagined. 1. A home without products. Step inside any Amish home and you won't find a single disposable pad, tampon, or advertisement whispering promises of freshness. Instead, tucked neatly in handmade drawers or under patchwork quilts lie folded squares of fabric, repurposed flannel sheets, worn cotton dresses, or scraps of fabric too soft and sacred to be thrown away. These are not store-bought items, they're heirlooms of survival. Women handcraft them, stitch by stitch, with the same reverence they show to family recipes or wedding dresses. Each cloth pad holds not just function, but history. They don't just catch blood, they carry generations of quiet wisdom. 2. The silence that speaks volumes. In Amish communities, menstruation isn't just private, it's practically invisible. Girls are raised to understand their bodies with dignity and restraint, never discussing their cycles in public or even among male family members. Instead of words, discretion becomes a language. Longer aprons are worn. Chores are subtly exchanged. A glance, a garment, a change in pace, all signs in a code known only to women. This extreme modesty isn't shame, it's a sacred veil. A silent choreography of womanhood danced behind closed doors where understanding is felt, not spoken. 3. The art of pad making. The creation of a reusable pad is not just sewing, it's a ritual. Amish women begin with fabrics softened by time, washed in rainwater, and blessed by generations of use. They cut and layer with a surgeon's precision, cotton for softness, flannel for absorbency, and tight weaves to prevent leaks. There are no machines here, only hands. And each stitch is a commitment to both sustainability and sisterhood. Older women teach young girls how to tailor pads to their own anatomy, designing different shapes for different days, even adding wings with button clasps or simple folds depending on the need. What the world calls primitive, they've elevated into an art form. 4. Washing in sacred silence. After use, these cloths are not tossed away. They're washed with the same care one might give a newborn's blanket. First, cold water rinses the blood in quiet, hidden corners of the home, far from the eyes of men. The rinse water, rich with iron, is sometimes used to nourish garden soil. Then comes a deep wash with homemade lye soap, crafted in kitchens from wood ash and animal fat. Women scrub on washboards under the sun or indoors near open windows in winter. They dry the cloths away from sight, hidden from visitors, hung where only the wind and sunlight can see them. It is labor-intensive, yes, but it's also sacred. 5. Whispers from mother to daughter. Amish girls don't learn about periods from health class. They learn in whispers, in kitchens, beside fires, during sewing sessions. Around age 10, mothers begin the lessons: how to sew a pad, how to know when it's coming, how to wash, how to rest, how to continue working without complaint. It's not just biology, it's identity. These are not just how-to guides. They are initiations. With every thread pulled and every drop of soap, a girl becomes a woman in the eyes of her mother. It is personal, private, and powerfully bonding. 6. The language without words. When an Amish woman needs help, she doesn't ask. She shows. A certain jaw. A change in task. A shift in energy. The men, husbands, brothers, sons, learn to read these signs. When a woman slows her pace or avoids heavy lifting, no one questions her. Other women step in quietly, replacing her in the garden, tending to her children, or passing her extra pads. It's an unspoken system that moves like clockwork, built on centuries of observation, mutual respect, and the understanding that womanhood, though quiet, commands its own space. 7. A hidden web of support. Behind the closed curtains of Amish homes exists a network of female care more intricate than any hospital system. Older women sew pads not only for themselves but for others, daughters, nieces, neighbors. If a girl has her first period during church or at market, someone notices, and a silent chain activates. Supplies are delivered, tasks are lightened, advice is shared, all without a single word. Emotional support, physical help, herbal treatments, and stories of past struggles pass from hand to hand, invisible to the men, but vital to every woman's experience. 8. Herbs, heat, and healing. Pain isn't cured with pills here. It's softened with tea made from chamomile, red raspberry leaves, and wild herbs grown in secret gardens. When cramps strike, women lie on heated stones wrapped in cloth, sip broth, or soak in wooden tubs. They stay warm, always warm, because cold is believed to invite illness. Certain foods are avoided, others encouraged, and rest is woven into the rhythm of the day. This is menstrual health treated not with prescriptions, but with generations of intuitive care and earth-grown wisdom. 9. Seasons of the cycle. Periods don't pause for weather. And Amish women don't complain. In summer, pads dry faster but work gets harder, gardens to tend, children to chase, produce to can. In winter, freezing cold turns outdoor bathrooms into icy tests of endurance. So families build warming spaces indoors, using chamber pots or tucked-away tubs. Each season brings its own challenges. And yet, through every harvest and snowstorm, women adapt. They prepare. They plan ahead. Their cycle doesn't interrupt life, it flows with it. DNA 10. Tradition meets subtle innovation. Not all Amish women reject the modern world completely. In some progressive communities, menstrual cups made of medical-grade silicone are quietly accepted, because they're reusable and align with sustainability. Some women even incorporate high-performance natural fabrics into their pads, making them softer, more absorbent, longer-lasting. These are not betrayals of tradition. They're evolutions. Carefully chosen, quietly tested, and always filtered through the lens of values and modesty. The goal remains the same: self-sufficiency, dignity, and harmony with nature. What the modern world forgot. While the modern world races to invent smarter ways to manage periods, the Amish women quietly remind us of something we've forgotten: that care, preparation, and community are more powerful than any product. That menstruation isn't a marketing opportunity, but a sacred rhythm. That comfort can come not from convenience, but from connection, to self, to family, to the earth. And in a society obsessed with loud progress, maybe the most revolutionary thing is silence.